Welcome! In this video, we'll explore how to properly document business processes. What should be documented in a business process? To implement a process effectively, it's crucial to document each activity. Who initiates the process? What activities does it involve? Which reports and key indicators are required? Screens should also be clearly defined, indicating mandatory, read-only fields, and those visible only to specific roles. How, when, and by whom is the process initiated? There are many ways a process can be initiated, and it's important to document them clearly. An end user might complete a form, which is then submitted through the system by a data entry operator. The form may also be submitted through an existing web page or application. There might also be automatic integration through technologies such as web services, API REST, among others. In addition, it may be triggered automatically and periodically at defined intervals. It is important to clearly specify the different ways in which the process can be initiated. If the process is initiated by people, the roles authorized to start it must be clearly defined. If it is triggered by an external system, the method used to transmit the information must be documented. If the process is initiated automatically or on a recurring schedule, the specific frequency must also be defined. In order to document a business process, it is important to trace the activities that make it up, clearly specifying their sequence, as well as the business logic that governs them. Identify each activity within the process, determine whether it will be carried out by people or by systems. And if an activity is to be performed by a person, be sure to specify it, along with the roles authorized to carry it out. The business logic is defined by modeling the process flow. It is important to define the conditions under which each activity, or group of activities, will be executed and ensure that this logic is easily visualizable. It is also essential to document all possible paths within the process execution, that is, the alternative flows. If there are time constraints associated with the execution of an activity, the time limit, whether fixed or dynamic, should be specified in the process flow through instance properties, along with the activity flow that will be triggered once the time limit is reached. We must also specify whether the time limit takes non-working days and hours into account. It is very important to identify the activities that should trigger a user notification and define the content of the notification. It is also essential to document the screens for each activity. For example, sketch the layout and flow of each screen, identify mandatory fields, read-only fields, and the types of data they handle. Also document the values in drop-down fields, and specify which fields are visible or editable, depending on roles or specific conditions. Finally, it is very important to establish a minimum set of reports, such as graphs, statistics, and traces, which are required by the process and its key indicators. Some of the statistics required are time standards, number of instances, by user, by role and activity, by status, overdue tasks, and upcoming tasks. It should also be specified whether any particular filter or display format is required. Thank you for joining us. We hope this helped you better understand how to document and manage business processes. See you next time.